Forbes India presents Top 30 Talent Leaders of 2023, powered by Indeed.
Hi, my name is Varadharaj Venkatraman. I'm called Varda in the HR industry, HR circles. I have been with Infosys for over 20 years now, and I head the talent acquisition function globally in this organization. During my college days at BITS Pilani, I was really fascinated by human psychology and had undertaken a lot of electives and project work as well in this space. And when I started my professional career, it was in the field of marketing and advertising, which sort of further gave me a sense that it kind of reinforced my belief that with appropriate enablers, messaging, and communication, etc., we could potentially influence the way people behave, right? And in my mind, I think HR at its core is all about this. How do we nurture, enable, encourage, align, and grow talent within the organization? And to me, the opportunity at Infosys presented the best of both worlds. It's a very interesting story. After my stint in advertising and marketing, I was really figuring out what next for me, right? And is there an opportunity that I can look at where I can potentially pursue my fascination for psychology and getting into a field of HR? And I think this opportunity of Infosys came by way back in 2002, and after several grueling rounds of interviews, I joined Infosys in 2002. And the specific area that I chose at that point of time within HR was talent acquisition. And honestly, I think I have absolutely no regrets because it's been an extremely thoroughly enriching journey with loads of learning, handling complexities, a lot of networking, and importantly, the way I have managed a team and building a very solutioning mindset within the young team and sort of inculcating a can-do approach to solving all the problems that gets thrown at us almost on a daily basis, right? Be it in terms of larger hiring volumes, reduction in volumes, the skill specifications, complexity of the skill combinations, the kind of talent that we're trying to hire, where are we hiring from, and so on and so forth. So all of these and the price points and so on and so forth, right? So all of these have been phenomenal amount of challenges that we've had to handle over the years. And I've also had the unique opportunity to handle practically all facets of talent acquisition, spraddling across, let's say, freshers, laterals, contract labor, systems and process transformation, branding, and effectively churning out record hiring volumes for the company. Of course, I'm extremely grateful for the team, to my team, my managers, mentors, the founders who I've had the great fortune of working together very closely with, a lot of the board of directors, and of course the present leadership of Infosys, who I continue to work very closely. A great question. In my mind, I think there are four or five key dimensions that we need to keep in mind, especially from a talent perspective, right? Now, first is the external market environment itself. Now, the macroeconomic environment actually poses several unique challenges, but also tremendous amount of opportunities for organizations to grow, right? And when organizations grow, there is a tremendous opportunity for talent also to grow. Now, despite the business environment, we are still seeing a lot of opportunities there in the market for business growth. Technology is changing faster than ever before, and the use cases are just becoming more and more impactful, and it's touching every single facet of our life and our daily activity as well. Now, the third is that the skill dimensions are also evolving very quickly, and newer and newer technologies coming in, newer frontiers being broken, the microprocessing timelines crunching quite a bit. The latest is the AI piece, which has been very very prevalent now, and I think so many use cases are being built around that as well. And the last but not the least is also this workplace as we knew where everybody used to come to the offices and are able to connect and so on and so forth. That's also changed quite a bit, right? Thanks to COVID, the workplace as we knew has changed forever. And so this poses a very different challenge for talent leaders as well, because especially in a truly flat world where you're expecting people to be practically based out of any part of the world to deliver work, and you have to also integrate everybody into the organization, to the team, to build that culture, the bonding and stuff. These are very unique challenges that the new phase of work or the workplace has also posed. And this is also a tremendous opportunity for undertaking rampant usage of technology in the way we engage with people, connect with our teams, and get the work done as well. The collaborative platforms, etc., etc. Right. And finally, I think businesses as well, every one of our clients have also realized the importance of digitalization of their own business processes and the core business itself, that they exist in the world for, right? So all of these have really provided uh, tremendous opportunities for talent leaders and organizations alike. And as honestly as talent leaders, I think it is very important for us to ensure that our respective organizations are adequately prepared with the right skills to take advantage of these opportunities. Recruiting for the right skills, for example, building the right enablers, upskilling and reskilling mechanisms, providing a playground for the new generation of talent, or the workers, to really discover and create a chart their own career paths within the organization, looking at implementing innovative ways of recruiting talent, identifying potentially newer pockets of talent in across various geographies where we may not have tapped into earlier, but there's obviously those talent that we could potentially look at to bring back to the mainstream, especially into the organizations and our own companies, and predominantly focusing on retention of key talent in the organization will go a long way in ensuring success of all this industry and the organization during these times. And as a company, Infosys has gone through several of these business cycles, and over the years, we've built out some of the best practices at talent attraction, assessment, and enablement, as well as retention of all our key employees. So honestly, there are just way too many examples to share out, but without being very specific and calling out initiatives, I would like to state that in Infosys, I think we've been the torchbearers of the IT industry for decades, right, since our inception. And one of the key tenets around which this organization has been built is talent, right? So right from the word go, I think the leadership of Infosys has always looked at talent as a key enabler of our success. And they have extremely been supportive of ideas that enhance our capability to enable client success. And we have implemented some several org-wide change programs, which honestly, without their support and backing, would have practically ended up being just an academic exercise. So there's just way too many such initiatives that we have run across the organization, which the leadership is totally backed. And like I said, right, in every key conversations that we have within the organization around strategy, talent comes to the fore at all points of time, because like I said, we are a company which is built by people, which leverages technology to deliver some outstanding solutions for our customers and clients. So, well, interesting question. If I was not into HR and talent acquisition, I would probably be heading a digital marketing company. That's my first love. Um, Otherwise, I would probably have been in the defense forces. Okay, human resources as a profession, honestly, it used to be stereotyped way back a few decades ago, right? It used to be very stereotyped. When you speak to somebody as if somebody comes and says, "Hey, I'm in human resources," then the perception that people had was that, okay, so this individual is predominantly vested with the responsibility of organizing employee engagement events, right? However, over the years, last few decades, essentially, right, ever since the services industry started really blossoming in the country, um, this industry has embraced human capital as its core asset and has determined that that is what is critical to its business sustainability and growth as well. And honestly, HR is an extremely vast area, and people have gone on to build illustrious careers in specializations such as organizational design and development, be it learning, be it compensation and benefits, talent acquisition, compliance, employee engagement, coaching and mentorship, leadership development, etc., etc. Right now, each of these require additional competencies and personal attributes. Therefore, my suggestion to the young folks who are wanting to make a career or start in the HR industry is for aspirants to for them to really read up a lot, network with people in the industry in various areas of HR to understand what really goes into each of these, and then potentially determine the specific area that excites them the most, both in terms of aspiration as well as the competencies that are required as well. Right? It's not a uniform competency that is required for any person to come into various areas of HR. So these have to be evolved. Some of these have to be built. Some of these are innate as well. Right? So that's my recommendation to the people who want to make a career in human resources. So being recognized as a talent leader, honestly, is an accolade in my view, and it is probably also an industry certification of the competencies that you have in order to do more. But however, like I said, the talent space itself is constantly evolving along with business and technology as well, right? So therefore, despite being where I am, having spent more than 20 years in talent acquisition, I think there's so much more for me to learn and do in this particular field itself. And the fact that my accomplishments have been very closely intertwined with the organizational success, and more so that talent acquisition has is also one of the key drivers for business growth and organizational success. I personally believe that I would probably like to continue in the talent acquisition space, but with, of course, a little more orientation and exposure towards the other parts of talent itself, which is more into around talent management and the capability building part of it as well, right? Which will probably give a much more well-rounded opportunity for me to look at the entire talent life cycle in a holistic manner as well.
Forbes India presents Top 30 Talent Leaders of 2023, powered by Indeed.